Hello everyone. Sorry, I just had to get my camera angle straight. Alright, and I would like to start out this video by saying thank you to all of the 4 subscribers, which includes my mom, that did subscribe overnight. I would like to thank all you guys for that. The channel has been a modest success, and this channel's only been around for 2 days. And we've got 60 views and 5 subscribers. So I take that as a huge success. And this time, instead of using my phone, I'm using this trusty notebook right here that I have, in which I'm not going to spoil it all, because this notebook will accurately describe all the top 10 receivers' career. So we start out with Demetrius Robertson, who was one of the biggest busts in recruiting history. And he had 770 yards his freshman year, looked destined, and then blows it. Next year, he completely blew it and only had 70 yards. And then he transferred over to Georgia. First year there, they didn't even record a stat, only played in 4 games. Next year, he plays in all 12 games and has 338 yards. First. And he's staying for a 5th year at Georgia. Next up, we have Isaac Nauta, who committed to Georgia and had a very average career. Didn't even top 500 yards, or barely did. No, he didn't. Okay, he didn't top 500 yards, and he didn't even have 1,000 career yards. Okay, how in the world is you going? How are you going to? How are you going to be the number 1 tight end recruit? A 5-star tight end recruit? Whenever we see one of those. 5-star tight end recruit and then flop. Basically, I'll say it was a flop. And he had a very average career. It didn't even top 500 yards in a season, and then ends up going to the draft early, and then gets drafted barely in the 6th round, which I believe was by the Giants. Forgive me if I'm wrong, people. And it's just completely wrong how they do it. Alright, next up we have Tyler Vaughns, who had a really bad injury his freshman year. Then had 800 something yards his sophomore year. As a junior, his stats took a slight dip, and then he came back with 912 yards for his senior year, and he is becoming a 5th year senior with USC. All right, next up we have Tyree Cleveland, who never surpassed 500 yards in a season. But despite that, was drafted by the Broncos in the 7th round. Yes, he stayed 4 years. I mean, he was complete. He wasn't like trash. He came close. Trash is like when you don't even record a stat and you're just a backup. So he was very very average during his time with Florida, and he wasn't really that good. It was Florida and was never able to duplicate any of his high school success. Next up we have AJ Brown, who is right now in the NFL with the Titans and is one of the greatest receivers in Ole Miss history, if not the greatest. And he was one of the best in the NCAA during his time with Ole Miss. He and DK Metcalf, they formed a duo that no one could stop. And next up, we have Devin Duvernay, who went to UT, which is, I despise UT. Look at this shirt. Look at this shirt. TCU. Does it say UT on there? No. And yes, my brother is a UT fan. We have to bet on the games every year. Or, we don't bet. We just basically fight for supremacy. I have supremacy over him. I have supremacy over him. And wish he has supremacy over me in the NFL. and college basketball, which I should have had supremacy for a couple months, and they rigged the whole thing. And Duvernay was one of the fastest players in college football, and then was drafted by the Ravens in the 2020 draft. Next up, we have Caden Smith, who only topped 500 once, and despite this, was drafted in the 6th round. Oh, by the way, Isaac Donald went to the Lions. I'm so sorry, guys. Isaac Donald went to the Lions. Caden Smith was drafted in the 6th round by the Giants. I don't know why I didn't write that down. Granada. Alright. So, our next receiver is Nate Craig Myers. And he only topped 100 yards once during his time with Auburn, and then ended up transferring over to Colorado State. He was a huge flop, and Auburn should not have given him a scholarship. Next up, we have N'Keal Harry, which he is now on the Patriots right now, and he has a chance to break out if he does. He does have a chance. Has a chance. Just saying, he's got a chance. And he was pretty good. He was very good. Okay, what am I getting talking about? Okay. He decided that he was going to enter the draft early after 2 straight 1,000-yard seasons. Even when his stats took a dip by 60 yards. I don't know. So, anyway, he was drafted in the 1st round by the Patriots, and he has a chance to break out this year. Next up, we had Michael Pittman, who had a great career at USC, was also the son of an NFL running back, and he was one of the best receivers in USC history. Not the greatest, just one of the best. And he was one of the top receivers according to Lindy's Pro Football Magazine for their draft book. Yes, I got a draft book, and it ranks Michael Pittman 10 or 11. Anyway, those are all the top 10 receivers. Thank you guys for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys later.